If you can afford to retire and you want to, you should seriously think about doing it right now. Because once you've got enough, more money won't change your life, but more time will. Let me show you why waiting could be the biggest mistake that you make. So in economics, there's something called the law of diminishing returns. I studied that way back in college and it still sticks with me today. It sounds complicated, but it's really just a fancy way of saying that the more you do something, the less value that you get from it over time. Imagine pizza is your absolute favorite food. I know it's my daughter's favorite food. In fact, we do a New York City pizza tour every fall. We take the train up in the morning, try 4 slices from 4 different places, and then take the train back home. Now, if you only eat pizza once a week, every slice is amazing if you're a pizza fan. Now, you look forward to it. You enjoy every bite, and it's the highlight of your week. But on this pizza tour, it starts out amazing. But by that last slice, no matter how good it is, it's not as fulfilling. I can't even imagine trying 5 or 6 places in one day. So that's exactly how money works after you've already reached the point where you have enough to retire comfortably. The first dollars that you save are life-changing. They give you freedom, security, and choices. But after a certain point, the extra dollars that you earn and that you save and put away, they don't change your life in any meaningful way. They're just like that last pizza slice on the tour. Meanwhile, you end up working extra years because you fear that you're never going to have enough. You end up missing some of your healthy retirement years. For many of us with enough already, what are you waiting for? The clock is ticking and time is slipping away. Now, here's the part that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Working longer than you need to comes with a real cost. And I'm not just talking about the stress, the commute, or the meetings that you'd rather skip. The cost is measured in the years of your healthiest, most vibrant life. I've met countless people who hit their retirement targets but kept working for years afterward. When I ask why, it's usually because they want an even bigger cushion. Even if I show them that they don't run out of money in almost every imaginable scenario, they still were afraid of the what ifs. In reality, many people just don't feel emotionally ready to make the leap. And if you were to chart this out, your money would grow steadily over time. At some point, it crosses the line, the point where you have enough to retire and live the life that you want. Beyond that line, every extra dollar, it's nice to have, but it doesn't truly improve your quality of life. The problem is, while your savings are growing, your remaining healthy years are shrinking, and it's something that we don't think about enough. You're trading those years for money that you may never actually use. That's the trade-off that so many people don't think about until they look back and realize they spent some of their best years at work when they didn't have to. Over the years, I've had hundreds of conversations with retirees, and the regrets are rarely about money. They're always about time. One of the most common things I hear is, "I wish I had retired sooner." These are people who had the money, but kept working because they thought they needed even more. And when they finally retired, they realized they could have been enjoying those freedom years a lot earlier. And from the thousands of comments on my YouTube videos, it's also true that many people end up in poor health a year or 2 after they finally retire. The second regret I hear is, "I wish I had spent more early in retirement." They were so worried about running out of money that they saved it for a rainy day. That's important to a degree, but learning how to spend in retirement is an acquired skill. Instead, they missed opportunities to travel, to take the dream trip, to spend more time with the family, or to pursue hobbies that they loved while they were still physically able to do it. Their most common answer was, "Maybe next year I'll get to it," and next year never came. Now, I understand why they made those decisions. When you retire, it feels like money is your most limited resource because the paychecks stop. But the truth is, money isn't the most limited resource. In the Marvel movie Avengers Endgame, obviously I'm a huge fan, I've got the Iron Man helmet right here. Well, Tony Stark, he goes back in time and meets his dad, and he reveals the biggest piece of wisdom he ever said.
No amount of money ever bought a second of time.
Once you understand that time is more valuable than money, it completely changes the way that you look at retirement planning. If you're not financially ready, then yes, retiring too early can be reckless. You need to make sure that you have the savings, the plan, and the safety nets in place for potential what ifs. But if you've reached the point where you can retire comfortably and you want to, every additional year that you keep working is a year you'll never get back. And those years usually come from what I like to call the go-go years, the early phase of retirement when you're healthy, you're active, and you're able to do all the things that you've been waiting for. Retirement isn't one long, unchanging chapter. The first phase is those go-go years where you're traveling, exploring, and making memories. Then come the slow-go years where you're still active but at a slower pace, typically doing more things around the house and with family. And finally, what I call the no-go years. They arrive where your health and mobility are severely limited and you can't do the things that you really want. Every year you delay retirement after you're ready usually takes a year away from the first most exciting phase. And once those years are gone, you can't buy them back, no matter how much money that you saved. Fear is powerful, and it's one of the biggest reasons that people keep working long after they could retire. What if the market crashes? What if I have a major medical expense? What if I live to 100? Well, these are all valid concerns, but they can be planned for. That's the whole point of retirement planning, to create a financial structure that can handle surprises. You have emergency funds, insurance, probably diversified investments, and withdrawal strategies that are designed for different market conditions. The truth is, continuing to work out of fear often gives you a false sense of security. You think you're buying peace of mind, but in reality, you're selling years of your life that you can't get back. And those years are the most valuable when you're healthy enough to fully enjoy them. Knowing when to retire comes down to more than just a number in your bank account. It's about having your finances in place, but it's also about your mindset. I've seen so many people with spreadsheet after spreadsheet after spreadsheet tell me that they're not able to retire. Well, I think that is more a mindset than it is the financial side of things. If you saved enough to cover your planned expenses with a cushion for the unexpected, if you've managed or eliminated your debt, if you've planned for your health care, and you've run the numbers under different scenarios and still feel confident, then you're probably ready. And if you truly want to retire but keep telling yourself just one more year, it's worth asking whether that's really about preparation or you're just nervous about what retirement looks like. Here's the perspective shift that can change your decision making overnight. Your retirement plan is really a time plan disguised as a money plan. But you can't buy more time. I mean, there's only a certain amount of years that we're all on this planet for. Money can buy you the ability to do what you want, when you want, with the people that you want. And once you have enough money to secure that, the smartest thing that you can do is start using it before it runs out. If you're ready financially and the only thing holding you back is fear, look at what you're really giving up. Don't let your best, most active years slip away while you pile up more money that you may never need. And if you own a business and are interested in optimizing your retirement planning, you can get started working with me today by visiting CelestialWM.com and clicking the Start Here tab to schedule an initial call. Still not sure that you want to talk? Well, head over to my resource center and learn more about my financial planning process by watching my 35-minute complimentary training. And check out this video next for even more ways to supercharge your net worth.